Okay, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for joining. My name is Ami Feiner with Provision ISR, and together with me is Ari Treger from our pre-sale department. This seminar will be about 40 to 45 minutes long. And our main topic for today is education or education content. I'm going to use a presentation, of course. And let me share my screen. If you have any question during the seminar, do write it on the chat box and I will answer all of them, I promise you, at the end. And at the end, we will also allow you to open your mic and ask away. And of course, you're more than welcome to contact us after for getting some materials that you will find interesting today. Oh, okay, great. I see more people are joining. Okay. So let's start. Okay. Okay. So our topic for today is educational content. And why are we doing this webinar? All of you are Provision ISR partner. And as you all know, our target, and this is a very difficult target, is to improve knowledge across the supply chain. We live in a market that's moving very, very fast. Unlike any other security market, alarm system, access control, gate automation, whatever it is, technology does not change that often. And in CCTV, as you know, new product and new features are coming even every few months or every quarter. And the biggest obstacle is to transfer the knowledge all the way from us, the manufacturer, through you, the distributor, to the installer, and also to the end user. And you guys play a key role in educating the installer. You are the one meeting the installer in different territories, in different language, and need to transfer that knowledge all the way to him. And it's challenging. We know it for a fact that we are creating great solutions, great features, not only from a security point of view, but even from a business control, traffic control, like people counting, illegal parking, and many, many other features. And sometimes the installer does not aware of those features, and this is the biggest obstacle. And we are always trying to find new ways on how to educate the market or how to bring useful tool for you to transfer that knowledge. What we did and what we would like to present to you today is 4 new tools that we believe can help you and also can help the installer on that task of sharing the knowledge. The first one we're going to talk about is easy tool and easy to use presentations for pre-sales or salespeople. We're going to talk about full training certificate for different levels. We're going to talk about new tools that we built for installers, specifically for installer for different vertical markets. And we're even going to talk about a selector price list that might be very handy for shops and vendors and distributors. Let's start with the first one, presentations. The first tool is, first of all, designed for sales and pre-sale people. The one that meeting the installers, meeting integrators, meeting consultant, whether it's on a one-on-one meeting or on a seminar day that you invite installer that wants to learn a little bit more about Provision ISR as a company, about their key strengths, and about the video solution that the brand has to offer. When will we use it? As I said, usually on a one-on-one meeting, what we call first or second date meeting. And of course, seminars, when you invite them on a roadshow or any kind of type of seminar that you host to newcomers to Provision ISR. What is the benefit of those tools? One, and I think the most important one, you don't need to bring any equipment with you. You don't need to bring cameras, you don't need to have NVRs, you don't need to VMS, and you don't need to connect to a remote site. to present the solution or the analytic or whatever it is. Number two, it doesn't require advanced knowledge. You don't have to be a vast technical support person to explain Provision ISR analytic. You don't need to be a support person to explain the VMS. You need to have, naturally, skills in CCTV market, understanding in CCTV market, and good sales skills. And all you need is actually internet connection. How we did it? We have a series of PowerPoint presentation, a tool that everybody know how to use, with practical examples and built-in YouTube tutorial movies. Some of it you have already seen from Provision ISR, but for those that haven't, just a small reminder. We created 6 different presentations. Those presentations cover everything you might need when you come and meet an installer or an integrator or a consultant that would like to know more about Provision ISR. For example, Provision ISR company profile and product range. Who is Provision ISR? What is the key strengths of Provision ISR? What product range do they hold, and so on. This is a presentation that when you sit down with someone, it will take you 20 to 25 minutes to do it. Number two, cybersecurity. Provision ISR main key strengths is cybersecurity and the cooperation we did with Checkpoint. And you need to know how to explain it. There is a very simple presentation that you can use. It takes about 35 minutes long to explain it. Of course, you need to see one time how to do it and so on, but as long as you have the tool and you've been to one of our seminars, great, you will know how to explain it. And in the same way, we build different presentations for analytics, for VMS, for different special solution, and even about the app. And you have the time that it takes to go through this presentation and explain it. Now I'm going to divide those presentations into 2 parts. Let's say I'm going to meet an integrator or consultant or installer that is using Vision, Dawa, Axis, whatever it is, and now he would like to learn a little bit more about Provision ISR. I'm going on a first meeting with him. Usually you will have, what, 40, 50 minutes meeting with him, tops. In this way, probably I will do those 2 presentations. I will present him the brand, Provision ISR. Naturally, I will also present myself, whatever distributor you're coming from. And I will present the main key strengths of Provision ISR, which is the cybersecurity. And this will take me about 45 to 50 minutes to explain it. Now, once I made him interested in what he saw so far, naturally, his next question will be, very interesting. Can you show me a little bit about the video solution that Provision ISR have? Yes, of course. This is why we have a second meeting, which we can meet you, and I can accommodate whatever type of presentation I would like to use according to the type of customer. If it's a monitoring company or a big integrator that do large project, maybe I will focus on the VMS, and I will meet him for 50 minutes to show him VMS capabilities. Maybe I would like to focus on the analytic and the app or a special solution. I can create any kind of meeting using those 4 presentations, even if he's giving me an hour or 2 hours, depends on how much he's interested to learn more. And by the way, if I combine all of those presentations, what we basically have here is a seminar for installers. When you come and you arrange a seminar on a roadshow or in one of your branches and you invite 10 installers, 20 installers, 40 installers, you know, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and you want to give them content, basically, you can use those 6 presentations. You do 1 hour, first introduction, those 2 presentations. You take a break. You come back, you talk about analytics and special solution. You take a break. Then you show them a little bit from the VMS, and there you go. You get a 3 to 4 hour session, including breaks and light snacks. Now, what does it look and what do I mean? We made them very simple for you. Basically, once you want, sorry, I'm off grid right now, so I'm gonna open it here. Sorry. Quickly. Ari will help me, but yeah, here it is. We already created for you a PDF file with those link to those 6 PowerPoint presentation. You can download any one of those PowerPoint presentation. Plus, as you probably, if you are following Provision ISR webinars, then we did all those webinars already in the months of March, April to you guys. So you also have the recording of those webinars. So from one side, you have the PowerPoint presentation. From the other side, you have the recording of a similar presentation that we did. So you can hear, okay, this is what he said. Okay, this is a good point. And then you can start using those presentations. By the way, if you're not a country that speaks English, again, it's a PowerPoint presentation. You can easily translate it. And I'm going to hand it over to Ari now to show you, for example, our just in 3 minutes, because again, we're not gonna, it's not about explaining you AI analytics or what type of analytics we have, but to explain you the tool and to show you how easy it is to use and how in a very simple tool, I don't need to bring equipment with you. I don't need to bring camera. I don't need to log to a remote site in order to explain the different analytics that Provision ISR have. Okay, so Ari, give us a 3-minute brief about the AI presentation as an example.
Sure, give me 1 second. Can you confirm you can hear me and see the screen?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So the presentations are tools for you to use so you can easily explain in a short time period most of what, in this case, Provision ISR has to offer in terms of our analytics. Remember, in your first or second meeting, you only got a limited amount of time, and you want to obviously show them as much as possible with under an hour, pretty much. So it's a tool basically to expose them to our technology, the concept of our analytics, and also providing practical examples of where to use it. So I'm not showing them, I'm sorry, I am showing them how it works. I'm not showing them tips on best installation practices or how to set up cameras or camera angles. If they want that type of training, they need to obviously attend our certification training, which Ami is going to explain later on in this presentation. Like Ami said, it can easily be translated. So everything here is editable. So if you need to translate it into your local language, you can easily do it. And also, it's vital for you guys to have internet wherever you are going to do these presentations, as we have embedded YouTube videos. All right. The big advantage of this is obviously there's no need to connect to a remote location, which obviously brings its own challenges. And we've made the video so it looks like you've logged into a remote site and you're actually in control of the MDR itself. I just want to play the video so you can, for those who haven't seen it. All right, and I'm not too sure if you've noticed, but we also provide speaker notes that can be also translated. These notes guide the speaker on what to say. We give you this if you want to use it, or you can obviously present in your own way. We're just trying to make it as easy as possible for our partners. Lastly, about the presentation, it is designed to be shown in presenter mode. This way, the animations will work and will guide the speaker. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So the presentation is designed to be shown in presenter mode. That way, the animations will work and guide the speaker on what to say and assist to deliver, obviously, the presentation smoothly. Sorry, it's not showing on the correct screen. Yeah. So every presentation starts with an introduction where you can introduce yourself. You can provide an overview of what to expect, maybe. You can obviously mention the duration of the presentation. You can highlight that it includes insights into analytics, emphasize the practical applications, and the video tutorials are obviously included. Sorry, excuse me. Each slide conveys a key message that you as the speaker need to communicate to your audience. So for instance, on the second slide, we aim to explain the importance of advanced analytics and highlight how ProVision ISR dedicates substantial time and resources to ensure top-notch accuracy. And then when actually showcasing the analytic itself, I'll start by explaining the concept and how it works. Using the presentation and its automation as a guideline. For example, let's take DDA metadata. Before showing the video of the analytic in action, I'm going to first explain the concepts and provide a clear understanding. Like, let's pretend that I'm going to guide you. Let's pretend that we're in a seminar at the moment. I'm going to say, remember, guys, we just discussed DDA first generation that is able to detect objects such as human vehicles and two-wheel vehicles. We take it a step further with our second generation DDA, which now introduces metadata. So not only are we able to detect and identify objects, we're now able to detect and identify attributes of those objects. So for example, with humans, you're able to determine if it's a male or female, if the approximate age, if it's a teenager, elderly person, youth, color of the clothing, long trousers or shorts, for example. When it comes to vehicles, we're able to determine the color of the vehicle, if it's a pickup truck, SUV, even in the manufacturer of the vehicle. So I basically explain the concept behind it and how it works. And then from there, I'll go and I'll show the video. So remember, I'm on YouTube. I'm going to hit play. And I don't have to touch the mouse again. I can just explain exactly what's going on in the video. I could maybe give a story to say that, we had an incident. And in fact, in this case, we did have an incident. We had an incident where a vehicle drove into another vehicle in our parking lot. There was an eyewitness that said the color of the vehicle was white and it was a Citroen. They weren't sure of the time, but just with those two parameters, we can actually go ahead and search for our incidents. And then you talk them through exactly what you're doing and how you do it. You can explain, obviously, about the snap details and obviously emphasize how with just a few clicks, you can actually pinpoint your location using our DDA metadata post-event. So that's pretty much the concept that for all analytics and all presentations. Ami?
Yes, thank you very much, Ari. And let me share my screen.
Cool.
Okay, I hope you understand how easy it is, and once you will start using it, you will see that it's very easy to use. I can tell you from experience from other distributors that already took it and start using it, that they found it very easy to use. And like I said, it doesn't require previous knowledge, it doesn't require equipment with you, it doesn't require a remote site, and there is many benefits to it, okay? So those are already available for you, both the presentation and the recording of it, so you can see how it goes, and you can see Ari's actually presenting it and what he's saying. And again, everything that he say is written on the presentation itself, on the notes, so you can even start learning it by yourself, and you can see how easy it is to use. Okay. Moving on to our second tool, certificate training. This is basically where we learn how to be a pro. Okay. So the goal is to establish a community of installers that has been trained on ProVision ISR. And basically, it's the third step. Okay, so we met him for the first time. We introduced him to ProVision ISR. We gave him in the second meeting a little bit more presentation about analytics, about VMS, about the app. And then he said, okay, I want to start using ProVision ISR. So yes, you're welcome to come to a full day certificate training. What is required from the installer? First of all, we need him to have some basic knowledge in IT or computer networks. You need to know what IP address is, port forwarding, and stuff like that. He needs to have experience with other CCTV brands, maybe install other brands, and now he would like to start installing ProVision ISR. He needs to come for a full training, And that, like I said, it's a full day training. We will show you how it looks, including practical tests. At the end, he will start taking a system, he will install it, he will share the installation posts on social medias or whatever it is. What is expected from you? It will be recommended to maintain a database of certified installers. Maybe you can give them first level support or priority in support center. You can establish a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group for certified installers so they can exchange knowledge between themselves. You can be part of that group so you can answer them fast questions. You can give them access to new products that came to the market. Maybe Provision ISR just launched a new cellular camera, and they're the first one to hear it in the market. So we already created for you a level 1 certificate already. And we're talking about the certificate, again, like I said, takes a whole day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., including lunch and everything. Naturally, the one to do this kind of a training is a certified trainer, one of your support team or your CCTV expert that knows Provision ISR, and give them the basic training about Provision ISR. And we cover quite a lot in this full day, from fundamental principle in the CCTV, from step-by-step NVR installation, how to activate camera, how to use the IP manager of Provision ISR, how to trigger external devices, how to use sensors to activate siren or PTZ, how to do basic analytics like line crossing, stereo area, maybe even face recognition. We are covering quite a lot of topics in that certificate, this specific certificate, which is already almost ready for you to use as well. At the end, naturally, he will get some kind of a certificate of training, certified level 1. And the end result, we already, by the way, experiment with this in 3 different territories. We are inviting installers together with our partners. We give them full day training. The reaction is very, very good. Installers are very happy with the full day that they've gone through, and it's strengthened the relationship between you guys and the installer themselves. A little bit about what kind of tool we provide you with. First of all, we can help you design what type of equipment you need for this type of session. We design some kind of a demo, a table or something like this, and we chose equipment that we feel that cover almost everything that the customer need, the installer need, in order to learn many, many things, starting naturally with an NVR and cameras, but naturally with a switch, because there we want to explain him a few things about networking. And we're going to use a PTZ and an active deterrence camera, because we want him to see how we can connect dry contact and activate a siren, and how do we connect from the NVR dry contact with a switch to activate an external device like a flashlight or whatever it is. So we can provide you a list of tools and more or less what kind of wiring you need to set between them. Number 2, and maybe more important, is we provide you with a step-by-step training video, meaning the entire training will be presented as a video, guiding, first of all, the presenter, but also the participant about what needs to be done. And later you can give this video to the installer as well. In the next few minutes, and it's going to take 3-4 minutes to Ari. Ari will show you this presentation tool that basically help you to walk through that day. First of all, that you don't miss anything. And number 2, it's actually it's going to look like is that from one side, they're going to have their own station that they can see the NVR and what need to be done, and they can do exactly what you tell them. But in the main TV, they will see what you tell them to do. So we already created such a video that can help you. Ari, let's see it in action.
Give me 1 second. Okay, can you confirm you can see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so this is the video tutorial to obviously help guide the teacher through the entire day's training. As Ami mentioned, it's around an hour long, which will take around the full day to actually get through. It's got step-by-step instructions in specific order that has some kind of build-up in an order to make sense to an installer that's new to Provision ISR. Let me take you through a few minutes of the training so you just get a sense of the video and the training, as well as what and how the speaker or the trainee conducts the training session. So let's pretend I am the teacher and you guys are the installers. So let's begin. So guys, I want you to boot up your MVR and I want everyone to let me know once you all can see the startup wizard on your screen. I'll wait for everyone to confirm they can see the startup wizard. All right, guys, let's go ahead and select the language. Obviously, you want to select English in this case and push next. You're going to be prompted to accept our privacy statements. Please go ahead. Sorry, I don't know if it's clear on your side or not. I mean, on my side, it's not too clear.
No, it's very blurry, by the way.
Yeah.
Can you share your
okay.
screen again?
No, I think it's the internet. It's an internet issue.
Okay, never mind. The concept is clear.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys, now you're going to be prompted to input your time zone. I'd like everyone to please go and choose GMT +2 Israel. And from there, you can go and change the date and time format. I'm going to wait for everyone to get this done. And we're going to proceed to the next step within the wizard, the startup wizard. Okay, guys, we are going to now input the admin password for the NVR. For this training session, I would like you to please copy the password that we've given you, which is 1234 QWE capital R exclamation mark. Once you've inputted the password, it's going to ask you to confirm the password. So please go ahead and just do that. And let me know once you've completed it. A second option for you to access the NVR is with a pattern. So in order to enable this feature, just click on enable, hit edit, and go ahead and start drawing your pattern. It will prompt you to do the pattern again, just to confirm the pattern. Now, when you log out the system and need to log in, you'll have the option to either enter via a password or with the pattern lock. Guys, you see I've highlighted login automatically. If it's enabled, the system will automatically log into the NVR in the event of a reboot. If this is unticked, the user will have to either put in the password or do the pattern lock to get into the menu of the NVR. For this training session, I'd please like you to enable the automatic login, but don't worry, we are going to go later on and explore where we can actually change these types of settings later on in the training session. Okay, next, guys, you're going to be prompted to answer security question. This is very important to do because this is one of the first methods that we're going to use to do a password recovery if we've failed to use if we don't remember the password of the NVR, and we're going to go through that type of troubleshooting later on in the training.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much, I think I get the point. I'll let it run for a bit if you want, Ami.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is basically a guide that help you or your speaker basically that is in front of that class to go through that day. And it's an 1 hour movie, but it takes about 8 good hours to go through that day. You need to wait until they do it, and each one has his own questions. But basically, this is the tutorial that can help you go through that day with a few marks and important notes to pay attention to. And by that, we can train the installer very easily through the day. And like we showed you, there is quite a lot of topics that you can cover in that day. And like I said, this is already made for you, done, and you can start using it. Okay. Ari?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. As for this presentation, As for those presentation, we have a few already for you. The first one is certificate level 1. This is a certificate designed for newcomers to Provision ISR that would like to get a certificate about it. It will be up and ready in about 2 weeks, and then you will get it. We are already working on 2 more. Number 2 is certificate level 2, which is advanced settings. Things that the average installer doesn't meet every day, but he would like to get familiar with advanced settings. For example, how to stream the video from the camera to YouTube, or how to do recording on a remote FTP server, or all kind of advanced setting. And again, it's a full day training. And we have certificate level 3, which is dedicated for the VMS. Also work in progress, and you will get information once it's done. Okay. Hope it was clear. Let's move on to our third tool. And if you got a little bit tired, so bear with me. We have this one and another one. And this one is quite interesting. This tool is designed for installers, actually to your customers. When will they use it? One, when they go and meet the end user, or they want to attach something to a job quote. What is the benefit of this tool? One, it will improve the installer marketing or brand elements. Number 2, it will help increase the customer interest in other related solution, and will definitely boost sales for installer. What do I mean? As you all know, we create a lot of features, many features. Some of them not even related to security. Some of them, yes, like line crossing or stereo area for perimeter protection, using the camera analytic to alert us. But some of them not related to security. They actually relate to business control, traffic control, all kind of solutions. Take our latest feature, for example, illegal parking analytics. Nothing to do with security. I'm using the fact that we have camera to alert us if someone is parking in an illegal parking, like no parking zone, or bus stations, or whatever it is. What we decide, and the main problem is that as the more features that we have, eventually, when the installer go to meet a customer, he automatically go to the security solution. And we would like to open his eyes, and especially the end user eyes, and what else he can do with CCTV. What we decided to do is to create a set of leaflets per vertical market for the installer, that when he go to meet a customer from that vertical market, he can come with a dedicated leaflet about the solution Provision ISR have to offer for that specific market. Let's see 2 examples that you can already use. Let's say supermarkets. This is a dedicated leaflet for supermarkets that we took 6 main technologies or solutions that the installer can implement as soon as he install Provision ISR cameras. For example, he might tell the supermarket owner, listen, I can put cameras at the entrance of the supermarket, and I can count how many people goes in and out. At the end of the month, I will give you a report of what is your busy hours, what is your peak hours, which days are more have much more traffic, and therefore you can decide on which days you have more people on your shift and which days you are reducing the amount of people, or whatever it is. Number 2, we have a solution which is called area counting. Therefore, I can start managing your queues. For example, this is the deli section in the supermarket, and every time I will have, the camera will identify more than, I don't know, 5 people in the queue, I will send a push notification to your shift manager. Then he will know to add another service person for that section in the supermarket. Wow, great. The supermarket owner never knew the CCTV camera, which was designed for security, can help him with queue management or with counting of people at the entrance. Or let's say you have the entrance of the suppliers. Every morning they come in with their trucks, they want to unload or go inside your warehouse. And guess what? The lady that came to buy just a bottle of milk is parking exactly there in the entrance. So let's start and implement illegal parking detection. I will identify when somebody is parking, and I will use my speakers to announce a specific announcement. No parking zone, please, or something. Heat map analytics to identify specific areas where there is more traffic. Fisheye camera, and by that maybe minimize the amount of camera we are using in the supermarket. We don't necessarily need to spread hundreds of camera in the supermarket. We can use fisheye camera, and by that maybe saving some money, or maybe winning a job over my installer competitor, which is offering much more cameras. Point of sale integrations. My friends, point of sale is a solution that Provision ISR offer. You can integrate the point of sale into the camera that is overlooking that point of sale, and you can see all the text inside the video. And not only that you can see the text, you can search for specific keywords and find related video segments. Take example, let's say that I was in the supermarket, I was in the cash point, and I gave my credit card to the lady. She charged me. When I got home, I can't find my credit card. When I start to track back where is my credit, I said, I know where it is. I left it at the cash register with that lady. She never gave it back to me. Automatically, I drive back to the supermarket. I go to the main cashier. I tell her, listen, the lady didn't return my credit card. No problem. Let's search for it. I'm going to go to the menu. I'm going to search. I'm going to ask the customer. The supermarket will ask the customer, do you have the invoice number? No, I don't have it. I threw it away. Great. Do you remember what you bought? But give me something that is not that common. I bought diapers for my kids. Okay, I'm going to search diapers, and I'm going to find all the related video footage that the point of sale have diaper in it. And guess what? In a few minutes, I'm finding exactly what happened, and I can see here is the lady. He gave her the credit card, and yes, she never get it back for him. It's there, or whatever it is. Now, again, and this is only about supermarket. Let's take another vertical market. Why not farm, where we can put fire detection? Maybe your hay is going on fire and nobody knows. So why not using thermal camera? What about our abnormal sound changes? You know, I grew up in a village, and we had a place for cows. And cows, naturally, they sleep at night. They are very quiet, unless something is happening. If there are wolves coming in or a thief coming in and start making noise there, all of a sudden, all the cows start moving and it's becoming very noisy there. So, okay, I can put a camera there, activating. I'm already putting a camera over there in that section for security purposes, but let's activate abnormal sound changes. When there is sound at nighttime, I will alert the owner. Or maybe cellular camera for location when they don't have infrastructures of power or of network or whatever it is. Provision ISR have a new solution for this. So again, we are creating a set of leaflets designed for installers that when they go to a specific location, whether it's a nightclub, whether it's a supermarket, a residential house, a farm, or whatever it is, they can take that specific leaflet and it will open their customers' eyes to options, and for them as a professional installer, and by that, all of a sudden, they can sell a few more cameras with specific solution. They can charge money on activating specific integration with point of sale or whatever they decide to do with it. And this is a boost of sales. I hope you find it interesting, and it's coming up your way, and it's quite easy to translate as well. Okay. Very well. And to our last topic, and I hope you got around 5 more minutes with me. Selector price list. We believe it's a useful tool, mostly for salespeople or for branch counter people. Who is it for? Like I said, for salespeople or counter staff in the branches. When will they use it? When they want to select the equipment for the installer. What is the benefit? Find the right model with ease. It doesn't require prior knowledge in Provision ISR range. How we do it? Price list with built-in selector, customized for your need and language. I want to show you what do I mean. First of all, as you all know, we have a Provision ISR website, and they can always use you specifically. You can go to Provision ISR website. We have built-in selector. Okay, you want to know, for example, which camera have cyber protection. So you select the cyber protection, automatically will find all the cameras related with cybersecurity. Or you were looking for specific analytics. You want illegal parking analytics. So you select the illegal parking analytic, and automatically you will find which camera hold this kind of a feature, and then you have the model code. But another tool that you can use is the price list that some of you, as you know, receiving price list from Provision ISR. Sorry. Yes, okay. This one? No, this one. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not presenting prices here. This is Provision ISR price list. That if you are from the purchase department, you get those price lists every 2 months usually. We have the 4 main categories: NVR, IP camera, DVR, and HD camera, analog cameras. And we have built-in selector inside those price lists, as you can see here at the top. And the idea is that it will help you as well choose, without knowing Provision ISR model, which product is for the customer. So let's say what the customer know, what the installer know, that he needs a 8-channel NVR. He needs 2 hard drives or 1 hard drive or whatever it is. He needs the cyber protection. He would like to have it with 2 hard drives or with not 1 hard drive, and by that you can select whatever you want. Or if it's a IP camera, so usually he knows that he needs a 4-megapixel camera. He would like to have it in the shape of a turret or dome camera. He would like to have motorized lens. And he would like to have a built-in microphone, or let's say, built-in mic. Okay, so now out of the, I don't know, 100 cameras that Provision ISR have to offer, I can narrow it down to a few models, much fewer models. And you can write your own price here. Instead of what says here, China price, I can write I can change it to MSRP or whatever it is. You can even add your own internal code. Maybe you have a code for every one of the Provision ISR models. You have your own code. Okay, some companies using their own code. Some of them use a PR- let's do it in capital, PR-DI340 IPSN-MVF-V2 in this case. Okay, so you can put your own part number, and the prices you can change to MSRP, and you can put the price and do whatever you want with it, and there you go. You got a product with a product filter. Okay, now what we offer for you, first of all, is to customize it to your needs. Maybe you don't want to have some of the columns here. Don't do it yourself. Use us for that, and we will help you, because there is a lot of microcode behind it for the selector. So just tell us what you need. Guys, I like what you showed me, but I don't think I need the lens type or the WDR. I just want to have the analytic, which junction box fits. That's very helpful. You know, you choose a camera, but it also shows you which junction box fit to this camera or which accessories. And I would like, by the way, to have it in French language. No problem. You will change the language. We will help you with all the settings and everything, but you will have a price list that you can give to your branch people, to your branch managers, to your salespeople that not necessarily know the code of Provision ISR or the model part of Provision ISR. Okay, I hope you find it interesting. So like I said, contact us to learn more and get your own customization version. This is the topics we wanted to cover with you today. So like I said, we have 4 different tools for you to use. One is the 6 presentation that I've shown you that you can start using tomorrow morning in different meetings or in a seminar. Number 2, you have the certificate program for a full day training. Number 3, you have vertical market leaflet for installers that can help them very much both win the project and brand themselves a little bit more. And number 4, you have a price list with building selector that can help you find the product much easier. That's it. I hope you find it interesting to use. And thank you very much for joining. This is the end of our presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to write it in the chat or open the mic and ask away. We are here to answer it. At the end of today, you will get this presentation alongside the recording of today's webinar, and study it, see which part you would like to get. If you have the links to get it, great. If you need something that you couldn't find, send us an email. We'll be happy to provide you. Later on, we can work with you. If you need to translate it to other language, we can help you with translating it to other languages as well, and work with you on how to incorporate the videos and accommodate this for you. Other than that, thank you very much for joining, ladies and gentlemen, and a pleasure seeing you all. For the ones that opened the videos, pleasure seeing you. And for the ones that haven't, I hope to see you in our next presentation. And thank you very much for joining. We are here for the next few minutes to answer any questions you might have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amnon. Good job.
Thank you, Tom.
One quick question. I just sent out the presentations to all of my people, but I need the customizable price sheet if you get a minute. If you could send that to me, I'll share it with everybody.
I rather, for everyone that, by the way, for everyone that like the concept of the price list with building selector, I suggest a one-on-one meeting with us so we can explain a bit more about it and how to use it, what we can do with it, what not to change, which columns not to change it, which columns you can feel free to change as you wish. So Tom, to answer your question, let's set up a meeting one-on-one, and I'll be happy to accommodate it to your needs.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
As for the tools that you saw, the 6th presentation, the document that I've shown you, which is this one, it's part of the presentation. When you go to the 6th presentation section here, there is a link here, which will basically download this PDF file. And in this PDF file, you have the link to download each one of those 6 presentations, and also the ability to view the webinar itself of that specific presentation, and then you can start go ahead. As for the full certificate training, the full day for to start installing Provision ISR, you need to bear with us for about 2 more weeks until we finish the certificate level 1, and then you will get it. As for the leaflets of vertical market, I think we're going to have about 10 of them ready in about a week or 2, and then you can get access to it. By the way, we'll also put it on our website in the educational section, and you can have access to it. Anything else that you can't find, or you didn't understand, or you need more assistance on how to get it, send us an email to sales@provisionisr.com. and I will make sure you will get it. We are a family company, so we are taking care very close to our partners. Let's see if we have any other questions in the meantime.
I've got a question, man. How do we get, invited, or how do we become a part of that training class in a couple of weeks for the certificate?
For the full
will you guys
certificate,
just be inviting? Yes, sir. In a couple weeks. How do we do that?
once it will be ready in about 2 weeks, first of all, the one that get emails from Provision ISR will get the presentation automatically. You don't need to wait for it. You will get the link to download the presentation, and you can start using it right away. If you are planning to do something similar, which also involves, like you saw, a table with equipment, a class, some kind of a class or something, also here, I suggest you are from Southwest.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Amnon, to answer his question, we are putting something together, Pat, for our people, okay? So
Yeah.
we will be having something
Okay.
for everybody.
Yeah, so what I suggest, again, in this case, if I remember correctly, Tom is the one in charge of all your educational tools and everything. Tom, in the same manner, we will have a meeting. I will explain him more deeply in about this certificate program and how to set this kind of a room and how to use the tool. We will give you a 1-hour session just about that and guide you through it.
Perfect. Much appreciated.
No problem. By the way,
Tom's in charge. That's never good.
it's same goes with everyone that in that meeting. If you find it interesting and you would like to get more information on how to do it, no problem. We'll do a 1-hour session separately with each one of you. We're more than happy to. As long as you understand the value of education and you're willing to join the effort, we are there to support you.